Let's go.
looks up from his mic. Hello! Hello! How are you guys? Great to see you. It's Thursday. we're almost at the end of the week. We've got one more day, but wow, what a day tomorrow. We've got Starfield. Oh wow, it's I think it's actually the sequel to Garfield, by the way. I haven't really read up on it much. I'm just gonna, go in blind, but I've just been thinking it's probably the sequel to Garfield, which will be good because I always love her. I love a fat furry cat who's into lasagna. So I think it'll be a good game. Michael, how are you, dude? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see everybody. Thank you so much. Great to see Reva the Beaver. And, of course, Adam Rauster, who no doubt is contemplating his lunch. Could be a salad. Could be something much nicer. But there's nothing wrong with salad. And because he's a man of, he loves to keep himself nice and fit, does Adam. He's, versus me. And I don't. Michael was resting up for the, yeah, mate. Do you know what? I don't know if I was practicing or not, but I woke up at 2:30 this morning, Michael. I did have a raging tummy ache, to be fair. But, yeah, look, breaking news. Rokk had stomachache at 2 a.m, getting himself prepped for Starfield. But yeah, I'm super excited. I don't know if you've done this. I bet you have. I even clicked it earlier just to see if it would play. Because sometimes when they say it's going to go live on a certain day, and then you suddenly see on Twitter people going, they've launched it early. Oh yes. Nah. It didn't make an ounce of difference. But yeah, really looking forward to that. It's going to be absolutely superb. Your body and mind is ready for it. I think that's what it is, mate. Hope the stomach's better. Yeah, it is a bit of gallbladder. I've had a long-term gallbladder issues that go back about 10 years, I guess. Every so often I get a bit of a flare up. It's my own fault. We had beef chili last night, and it's the spicy stuff, you got to avoid it, really. And I've noticed Mrs. Rokk just lately, she's been beefing up the spice. She's been making it spicier. I think it's ever since Little Rokk came back from university. I think because uni students, they're in with the wasabi and the red hot chili peppers and all that stuff, and us older folk, just a generation on from the boomers, we like our old school, very bland food like cottage pie and that stuff. Pahikon, sup, dude? Sup indeed. Good to see you. I've got all of a sudden got a mega itchy nose. My apologies for my itchiness. You might have done something tonight. Yeah. No. She's just trying to impress the young Little Rokk, Arkansas, as I call her. Anyway, it is Thursday. It is the day that we review as much gaming news as we can. A lot of it cloud, some of it next gen. Wherever, whatever. Hello, Streamlabs. I've got to sort Streamlabs out. He comes in way too often. So, I'm just thinking we may, without further ado, because there is a ton of stuff to go through. I've written down here stuff to cover. GeForce Now, we'll do that first. A bit of lunar news, some Utomic news, a bit of Boosteroid news, some PlayStation news, I suppose as well. I'm going to write Xbox because there is a bit of news that connects with GeForce Now. Loads of stuff. I could have added some bits and pieces, but we're not going to do that. So I think we will zip over to Simple Larry and get this music gets on my nerves. I literally moved the playlist forward. I'm going to have to edit this one out. I really don't like it at all. I used to like my old playlist. My old playlist was a professional paid-for playlist, but the swines are still slapping me with copyright notices, even though they weren't supposed to. Actually, they've stopped now. I did manage to get hold of somebody and complain bitterly, and it seems to have stopped. Oh, look, that's right. I didn't realise that's right at the end of right. Let's pull it all the way back. There we go. That's better. Hey, Ant! Ant's in the house, ladies and gentlemen! He's not in your pants, Ant's in the house. Yes, he is. Rocho, what are your plans? Excellent question, my friend. Oh, it's got to be Garfield, isn't it? I'll get me playing that brand new Garfield game that's coming out later. So that'll be the number one, I think. I've kind of, do you know what? I've sort of got to a point with Boulders where I'm a bit, and I've been told that I've got about another 50 hours left before I complete it. And this is even with mods. So I'm a bit, Hey, Barkley, guten Abend, mein Freund. How are you, brother? Good to see you, my friend. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, I know. We're going to Simple Larry, aren't we? To have a look at the stuff. Here we are. Here's old Simps. The Simpsons. Why, Simple Larry, are you not showing that screen anymore when I had you all set up? Don't worry. We'll start with GeForce now. Yes, we will. Right, this is good. So, I shall get myself ready for loads of news. Loads of news. I shall keep my eye on the screen. And then I should see any comments you make. GeForce Now gets wild. There's loads of stuff, by the way. Well, there's loads of news today. With Party Animals. Party Animals, dude. Leaking 24 new games in September. Flipping heck. It's September tomorrow. I mean, slight segue. Not over the cliff, though. September, October, November. It's only like a blink of the eye. If you think about it, September's the kind of back to school month in the UK. And so, you know, that was always the thing when we were kids. Go to school. But then October, of course, there's Halloween. And then November, we have bonfire night. You guys, of course, have your Thanksgiving, which is a huge celebration. Then we have the holiday season, otherwise known as Christmas, in my neck of the woods, a month later. And then we have my birthday in January. It's a meagre affair that I hate to celebrate. But then, that's it. Easter. But I've never seen Easter as a big kind of holiday. It's kind of, you know, a bit pious and religious. But that's kind of it then until the spring and the summer. There's like months of grey and misery and leaves off the trees and gaming. Oh, yes, I turned it around right at the end there. Woohoo! But yes, anyway, so much to look forward to. I mean, starting, of course, later today, if you are in America, first thing in the morning for us over here in Europe, 1 o'clock, it's 1 a.m. launched for Starfield in the UK, 2 a.m. for Central Europe. Either way, I'm not going to be waking up. I know Michael's going to stay awake. He's going to actually... He's been grabbing his sleep today. He's been out there doing the Rocky thing, you know, running up the Philadelphia stairs, getting himself all ready for the big day. But I think I would rather go to sleep and then wake up early and then have like quite a span of gameplay. And we just have to keep our fingers crossed that it's any good. I mean, I don't want to put a downer on it, but we don't know, do we? Do we know? I don't think we do. We've got a few technical things in from Digital Foundry, but that's about it. Other than that, Ant, yeah, a bit of gameplay, my friend. Nothing too much. Next week, I've got to go and collect daughter number 1 from university. She's finished her course now, her master's. So she's coming home pending career and job interviews and all that kind of stuff. So we've got to go and pick her up. So actually, that's a good point, because we're going up on Wednesday. We're not coming back till Saturday. So I may miss a few shows next week. I have to give that some thought. Yes. If I can, I'll do something. But it may just be down to plays. I might have to do Monday, and Tuesday next week, just to make up for it. It's easy where you have a boy and girl, no need to number them. Yes, good shout. Yeah, well, as you know, I have Little Rock, Arkansas. By the way, if nobody gets that joke, it's because there's a place in the States called Little Rock, and it's in Arkansas. I mean, I couldn't make it plainer, could I? And there may be a place called Big Rock. I think there's a place called Big Rock in Australia, but I don't want to call my eldest Big Rock. I mean, that's just... it's going to give her complex. G-Force now. G-Force. Do you remember that? What was that show called? There was an anime series. And you'll probably remember this. Back in the 80s, early 80s. Ray will know. Hello, Ray. What was it called? And they were called G-Force. It was brilliant. One of those kind of early, like, Marine Boy Japanese cartoons. Hey, Rockstar! Now you see why Xbox didn't release many review copies of Starfield. Why? I don't. Tell me. Tell me why. Tell me why is it getting panned? I've got to give you full disclosure, guys. I've been working today on my new channel because I've got something really special coming up on there. There was a show on HBO many years ago called Banging in Little Rock. Oh, I'm not. And it's very inappropriate, my friend. G-Force. Yeah, they did. That's the ones. Ray's got it. And they had like a robot. And what was it called? Space something. But you're right. It was like a space jet thing, wasn't it? You're right. IGN 7 out of 10. Yeah, but also, I mean, maybe with IGN it's not such a bad thing. But I do know that there's a ton of Trigger, my boy. Hello, my friend. Look, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, my friend Trigger here, his name's Pete. You know, very, very, very good friend of mine. We are rugby buddies, no less. We go off on rugby and stuff. And I'm going to blow his trumpet. He is like a world-class competitive shooter of the pistol variety. He's a Royal Air Force employee, and he goes around the world competing on behalf of the RAF and England, shooting and stuff. He's a boy. He's a great guy. Great to see you, my friend. You've been to Little Rock in Arkansas. I know, that's what her name is, Little Rock, Arkansas. Well, yeah, what I was going to say, Neil, is I know for an absolute fact that there's a huge amount of backlash against it from the PlayStation community because, of course, Crazy Mountain Gaming is in the chat as well. Wow, how are you, buddy? I'm just putting on my little voice. Because that's what I was going to say. I've been working on my new channel. And I'm going to do some reaction video stuff, but with a massive difference. And I've been working on it all day and I'm so excited. I just can't stand it. It's going to be good. Trigger, you up, my boy. So anyway, listen, loads of kickback against it. But there's bound to be issues with it because no game is a one-size-fits-all, is it? Truthfully. And IGN have had some dodgy reviews of late. We'll see. I mean, I've kind of been holding back a little bit because, as I said, it's not... When a game is hyped that much, two things happen. Either one, it gets released and it's nowhere near as good as the hype and it bombs, or it gets released and there's a massive pushback because people are fed up with it. You know, the second coming of the digital messiah. And it's going to be one of those, isn't it? Yeah, Michael's had a look, GameSpot. See, I think 7 out of 10 is actually okay. And for instance, is Baldur's Gate 3 has been getting 9 out of 10 everywhere. I don't think it's a 9 out of 10. I am 2/3 in and I'm bored. And it's pretty much the same stuff all over the place. For me, that's an 8 out of 10. And then there are other games. Zelda. Everybody's Zelda. Best game that's ever been. Amazing. Well, I bought it and I played it for about 4 or 5 hours and I haven't picked it up since. we're all individuals, aren't we? It's all going to be different. That's all I'm saying. Caseball Rocket's the same as Skull and Bones. Mate, I loved Skull and Bones. No matter what, people will pan. No matter what, comma, people will pan it. But it's actually a really solid game. I totally agree, my friend. When we did the beta at the weekend, they sent me, Ubisoft sent me a little kind of form thing. Could you give us your feedback, give us your opinion? I sang the praises. I thought it was excellent. And in fact, my friend, my good friend Phil, who has recently been in touch, he watched the video that I did, and he cannot wait for it to be released. Do we have a release date for it, Caseball? Because he asked me, and I said I don't know, but I would ask my good friend Caseball, even if it's just kind of roughly in the rough area of. I mean, the thing is, Ubisoft have got so many great games coming up that, in a way, because they've all been buffered, haven't they? They've all butted up against each other because they've not had the spread this year they were hoping for. So in a way, they're their own worst enemy, because so many great titles, but you can't release them all at the same time, even if they're all ready, because it's going to impact sales. Or, they're going to come out with something else. Forspoken's a good game. I enjoyed Forspoken. I completed it. I completed Forspoken. I thought it was a great game. So you've got Star Wars Outpost, you've got Mirage, you've got Skull and Bones, you've got Avatar, you've got the other one that I can't remember the name, and it's X-Defiant. There you go. Plus you've got DLCs for Far Cry's and stuff, and then the mobile bits and pieces. So there's just tons and tons of games. So listen, 7 out of 10. I'm glad I'm actually glad that the reviews haven't come out 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, because now we can play it without too much pressure, you see. Because if they'd have come out and they were 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, we'd all be playing it thinking, it's all right, but it's not that good. And I kind of feel, I don't want to say anything now, because I'm going to put my head above the parapet. You know what I mean? Whereas now, if it's a low score, you can go, no, I think it was better than 7, but I can understand their point of view. So I think that's good. And I also think, what's his face? Todd Howard. I think he's a bit of he's like his own worst enemy, isn't he? He's a bit of a narcissist. You like a game that's an underdog. Yeah, Neil, I do like underdog. I do, but having said that, I don't deliberately choose them and sing their praises. I think it's because where gaming is concerned, I'm not like an average gamer. I'm not like an average boy. Most of you guys, thank you, Caseball. I'll relay that information. I appreciate that, my friend. You see, most of you guys just love to get in and blast the hell out of stuff, or play sports games where it's all pretty similar, right? See, I couldn't give two hoots about that. For me, I love to explore. I love to be surprised. I like really well-written stories. I like groundbreaking graphics, open world stuff, some puzzles, great characters. That's why I love The Last of Us and Horizon Zero Dawn and Death Stranding and so many other games like that. But they never get, they did okay, but they don't get as critically acclaimed as the games where you just run around and shoot things. I don't think. I'm probably talking out of my rear there. Michael posted a bunch, and a lot of 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. There you go. Did you? What, in here, did he? I'm sorry if I missed those, my friend. I did see 7 out of 10 from you. Yeah, look, it's going to be horses for courses. And also, it's a bit like the music industry. Certainly when I was growing up, you had these kind of punky guys, grungy kind of emo guys that wrote the stuff, that did the reviews. And then Kylie Minogue would come out with this amazing toe-tapping song that you couldn't get out of your head, and it sold gazillions. And they're like, this is the state of the music industry today, and it's terrible. 4 out of 10. Because it's subjective, and reviewers are subjective, aren't they? Nerds World. Hello, dude. Good to see you, my friend. Great to see you. I love seeing my Canadian contingency. It's awesome. Yep, Hogwarts. I loved Hogwarts. In fact, I was kind of hoping I would get boulders out of the way so I could go back and finish Hogwarts, because I've still got a fair chunk of time left to go in on that one. What's Ant saying? I don't know why, Ant, but it's not your fault, but your name covers up the message, so I have to put it on screen to see it. Both, yeah, oh yeah. Well, Gorilla, what a studio. They're based in the Netherlands, I believe in Amsterdam. But yeah, an amazing studio. Anyway, listen. GeForce Now. So let's just quickly bang through this in a nice way. And I'm not giving you the bird, by the way. I've been told off for doing this in the past. It's just the finger that feels the most comfortable to my face. Right? Maybe it's Freudian, I don't know. Just like that, said Nvidia, summer falls into September, and some of the most anticipated games of the year, like Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty expansion. That does look good. That looks so good. It's going to look amazing on the GeForce Ultimate account with the old 4090 card, because of course they've got DLSS 3.5 rolling out specially. This game, you cannot play this game, all right? You cannot play this expansion on a 1060 or a 2 series or a 3 series card on anything less or more than about 1080. And these on their rigs, you can do that kind of stuff. Payday 3, I've actually, interestingly enough as well, don't forget, apart from Phantom Liberty, Payday 3 and Party Animals, both coming to Xbox Game Pass as well. Naughty Dog did The Last of Us Rock. Guerrilla did Horizon Zero Dawn. Thank you, Anne. You are absolutely correct, my friend. Naughty Dog did. And they are not in Amsterdam. My head was in Horizon. Thank you. Thank you, Anne. Appreciate that correction, my friend. However, I am accurate that Payday 3 and Party Animals are both coming to Xbox, and GeForce Now. So you don't have to buy them if you have if you have Game Pass Ultimate. All you got to do is click into your account, press Xbox, and play them there. And you get the benefit is if you play an Xbox game on GeForce Now, it's a PC version. If you go into the settings, you get all the video choices, the resolutions, the frames, the textures, the DLSS, all of that malarkey. You go into Xbox and it just has brightness. So it's great to play them there. You get more control over the whole kind of look. Awesome. But both Payday 3 and Party Animals coming up shortly. Part of 24 new games. Damn right, says Ryan. Damn right. Yeah, not unless you have a mod that allows Cyberpunk to run on a potato PC. Gaming on a budget. Well, just GeForce Now, brother. GeForce Now or Boosteroid. Either or. They'll both have it. And all you got to do is get the free account. And yeah, okay, you can only run it at 1080 on the free account, but you can use all the RTX goodness, I think. I may stand to be corrected. Ant may come back and correct me on that one, because he's good at that. They're part of a 24 new games hitting the cloud gaming service in September. Oh yes. This cloud gaming service, GeForce Now, and their next Game Pass title to join the cloud at launch, Sea of Stars, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, part of that launched day and day, Xbox and GeForce Now. So it came out, was it yesterday on Xbox? And immediately you could play it on GeForce Now. Sign of things to come, super exciting. I mean, if you're Xbox, why do you care? The only way you've got to play it for free is by paying them a monthly amount, right? I don't know what deal. I doubt there's a deal financially between Nvidia and Microsoft, because it's a loss leader, isn't it? All right. If you can say, hey, we're one of the very few places that you can play Xbox PC games. Oh, yeah. Well, again, you've got to take out a GeForce Now contract to play them there. All right. So you're paying 2 contracts. if you see the point. So I doubt there's any financial incentive. I doubt that they're getting anything from Xbox. It may be the other way round. Although I think because of the CMA interest, it probably isn't. The CMA would be all over that. But, you know, they're basically going, no, we'll do all the work. We'll port the games. We'll promote the hell out of it. We'll expand our servers because it's going to mean more people signing up. It's a no-brainer. Keep an eye on GFN Thursday. Yes, that's today. To see the next Microsoft titles joining. And this is really cool, guys. Look at this. This month. It says this month. But that's today. That's like the end of today. It must be surely talking about September. Quake 2, Gears Tactics, which they've already got Gears 5, and Tactics, I believe, was an add-on for 5. Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite on PC with all the graphics and the res and everything. Because I think I'm right in saying it was only 30 frames per second on Xbox. I actually didn't think it was that good. It was my second Halo game, because I played the first one back in the day on PC, I think. Maybe on Mac. And I thought it was okay. And it was definitely in my kind of ballpark of the kinds of games I like. But it just, I don't know, it seemed a bit superficial. Halo Reach. I think I've played bits of all of them, but I've only completed Infinite and the one back in the day, which I forget. It was on my old Mac. I'm talking about 20 odd years ago, I guess. Played it on my friend's Xbox One. My daughter's still got an Xbox One upstairs. Little Rock, Arkansas. Yep, so there you go. Plus, NVIDIA has worked with Google to give Chromebook owners a new offer that includes 3 free months of a GeForce Now Priority membership. GeForce Now Cloud Gaming goes perfectly together with Chromebooks, which provide up to 1600p resolution and 120Hz plus display. Actually, I've got a little Chromebook, and GeForce Now works a treat on a Chromebook, which is why I was saying the other day, I get the whole concept of the PlayStation Portal, and it's a gorgeous piece of kit. You know, it looks beautiful, and OLED, and it's got the DualSense, and it's beautiful. But I could just open up my Chromebook, which costs me like 130 of your king's pounds, right? And it is an OLED screen, and it's a touch screen, and it folds in half, so it's like a tablet, and it runs PlayStation Remote, or whatever it's called. So I just don't get it. I suppose it's not handheldy, because it's tablety, but whatever. Party animals, dude! Party hard in the cloud. What's he got there? Oh, I think it's like a shot bow with a sticky thing on the end. Make painfully great memories with friends in Party Animals, a hilarious physics-based party brawler from Recreate Games and Source Technology. Fight friends as adorable puppies. Oh, mischievous kittens. Actually, this does look really funny. Mischievous kittens, magical unicorns, or other fuzzy creatures. I do love a fuzzy creature. Do you, Reaver? I bet you're a beaver. I bet you love a fuzzy creature, don't you, mate? I miss the days when everywhere you went there were fuzzy creatures. That's not so much anymore. You don't see so many fuzzy creatures anymore. You don't see the fuzzy beavers like you did when I was young. It's a real shame. Terrorite Cowboy. Yes, he did do a great PS Portal vid. But, you know, he was trying to sell it, mate. And you know he's got stock in Sony, don't you? You know he's one of their biggest shareholders, don't you? Nerdsworld says, my dog and the 2 cats are my fuzzies. Are they really hairy? I took a dog for a walk yesterday. I told you this, didn't I? In fact, there's a lovely connection, a little segue here. Not over a cliff either. Because young Trigger, who's up the chat window there, young Trigger, he's got a new dog. He's got a new puppy. He's got a little golden lab to go with Memphis, his chocolate brown lab. And my friend who I went walking with, who happens to be the father of my good friend Trigger's significant half. It was he that I took the dogs for a walk with yesterday that we talked about on Good News Wednesday. You see how it goes around? Serendipity. That's what it is. Serendipity. Sarah N. Dippity. I went to school with her. Fuzzy creatures battle it out by picking up an assortment of weapons to get an edge over others, or punch, toss, jump, kick, and headbutt others in the brawl. Do it. Bring the action across multiple game modes. Each requires a different strategy to win. Get fierce for party game night. Get party game night, dude. Anyway, that's coming out September 21. So that's going to be on GeForce and Xbox at the same time. And work hard, play hard. Boulders. One of the best ways to stream games. This is just talking about the Chromebook. Chromebook gamers, blah, blah, blah. GeForce Now, whatever. Sea of Stars. Yeah, now this was the first day and date Xbox GeForce Now. Came out yesterday. We mentioned it a little bit earlier. I did have a little go. I didn't give it enough time because I didn't have a lot of time. But as much as I will say it's not, back in the day, I would have written this off. I'd have gone, nah, retro and time-based, turn-based and all that. But Poppy, she's called Poppy. Oh, I love that name. I actually did know that, but I forgot. So I've been working with Poppy today, but not Trigger's Poppy. All will be revealed, gents and ladies. Watch this space. Poppy, she's gorgeous. I've seen a little lamb. Yeah, so anyway, don't write it off. Go and give it a go. It looks actually like good. I can't knock it. I'm going to give it a proper play. But so many games. Garfield's coming out later. And I've still got Boulders to finish. Boulders Brass, lad. Oh, look at this. Trigger, it says here. Oh, it doesn't. See, world, serendipity, universe. It's all going on. Get out of here. I don't want to share. Stop it. What did it say? It's a chrono trigger. Don't know what that means. Let's come find out. Let's do a little... There we go. A retro-inspired role-playing game drawing from classics like Chrono Trigger. It features a vibrant... Well, see, it's called Trigger because he shoots guns. It just hit me. Ow. Don't do that, Rokk. From nowhere. It was obvious, and it's never been obvious to me before. Duh. It features a vibrant world, a dynamic combat system, and a story of cosmic proportions. Oh yes. Play as two children of the solstice who combine the powers of the sun and the moon to perform eclipse magic. Ooh. Anyway, you know that kind of build. So, Sea of Stars, that's happened. August 28th, it's 31 already, moved on. Untamed Tactics, new release from Steam. Trine 5. Oh, now this is also an Xboxy game. I believe it's coming to Xbox. But then having said that, I wish I hadn't because I don't really know. So I'm going to wind that one back. But Trine. Who doesn't love a Trine game? I've played a couple of those. Absolutely freaking awesome. Deep Rock. Galactic. See what I did there? Hitman, World of Assassination. Ooh, yes. King's Bounty, the legend. Yeah, Squids loves all that kind of retro stuff, doesn't he? But I'm learning to be, like I would say my gaming interests just a few short years ago were those of a 7-year-old who refused to eat sprouts and greens at the table. And I would only eat a diet of pasta and tomato pasta at that. Most 7-year-olds, right? But now I feel like I have the diet of a 50-year-old. De-aging myself because I'm now prepared to try different things. And it pays off because I then find I actually quite like sprouts. I still draw the line at garlic, though. I'm never going to be old enough for garlic. Hitman, World of Assassin. Oh, and truffle oil. Oh, what? Have you ever tried truffle oil? Oh, mate. That's instant fingers down the back of the throat, get it out. Oh, hideous stuff. Hitman, World of Assassination. King's Bounty, the legend. Little Big Workshop, you know what it's all about. Naraka, Blade Point. Portal Prelude with RTX. There was the RTX portal that was free for GeForce Now users, and I'm not sure whether this one is, but it may be. Railway Empire 2, Shadowrun returns, Snake Pass. Always let a snake pass, ladies and gentlemen. Never get in the way of a snake. Little nature tip there for you. Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town. And here's a peek. Here is a very long peek at what September will look like. Are you ready? I'm going to whip through these. No jokes, no stopping, no pausing, nothing. Chants of Senar, Synced DC2, The Crew, Motorfest, Ad Infinitum, Party Animals, Warhaven, Payday 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, Paleopines, Infinity Strash, Dragon Quest for the Adventures of Dai. It's a Welsh game, I think. The Adventures of Dai. Oh, I did it! Oh, I sneaked one in. Wild Mender. Broforce. Death in the Water 2, Deceiving, Devil May Cry 5. Dawn Duality, Dustfleet, Kingdoms Reborn, Mega City Police. I wonder if that's anything to do with Judge Dredd, Mega City. Nices Saints Row, Shadow Gambit. Oh, Saints Row, got some Saints Row news. I think Shadow Gambit, The Cursed Crew, Sprawl and War for the Overworld. So loads. That's all September. And that's purely the ones that they tell us about now. They always add more. Callie and David adore Broforce. Yeah, I know. I hear good things of Broforce. It's like an old retro, isn't it? Original Sega or something. Anyway, this week's Game On giveaway with Steel Series includes Dying Light 2 and 3-day... Oh, this is... I don't know what this is. This is that Kovac thing, isn't it? On top of the 32 games announced in August, an additional 36 joined the cloud. See my point? So at this point last month, they announced 32 games, and then they went on to add another 36. Orwell, keeping an eye on you. Yeah, still is. Age of Empires, Definitive Edition, Age of Empires 3, Definitive Edition, Age of Empires 4, no Definitive Edition, Age of Wonders 4, Aliens Dark Descent, didn't enjoy that. Amnesia the Bunker, didn't enjoy that. Crusader Kings 3, not my thing. Darkest Dungeon 2, Dead Cells, Deathloop, quite good. Doom 2016, very good. Doom Eternal, excellent. F1 Manager 2023, if you love that kind of thing, you will love this kind of thing. Gears 5, in at number 12, Gears 5, Xbox. The Great Wall Western Front, awesome game. Grounded, Xbox. Kovacs FPS Trainer, Steam. Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord, No Man's Sky, one of my favourite games of all time. The Outlast Trials, scary as free. Pentiment, Project High-Rise, Quake, Shadowrun, Dragonfall, Director's Cut, Stellaris, Symphony of War, the Nephilim saga. Nephilim, wasn't there Nephilim? Weren't they fallen angels? Something to do with angels that did something naughty in heaven and got kicked out. They were like the Nephilim, something like that. System Shock, great game. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I wanted so much to play that, and then I realised that you have to play it with somebody else. I didn't bother. Trackmania, Ultimate Kovacs Challenge, Valheim, Xbox. Warhammer 40k, Dark Tide, Xbox. Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, Xbox. Wolfenstein The New Order, and Wolfenstein Youngblood. I love the Wolfenstein games. They got a bit of slapping. Al, how are you, brother? How are you, my friend? I hope you're well, dude. So there you go. That's the GeForce Now news, and a fair chunk of it there. I think you are quite thingy-me-bobbed up on Epic Game Store very quickly. So, new games, ladies and gentlemen. New games. New balls, please. Cave Story Plus. Yes, free today. It's like a minor game, isn't it? When you go down into a thing, you got to throw bombs to blast your way through and stuff. Still very popular. A very popular genre even to this day. Obviously, it's a bit retro. So, not for everybody, but Squids will love it, because Squids loves his retro. Look at that. All of a sudden there was light upon his face, and the Lord said, "You all right, Rock?" And Rock said, "I'm all right, mate. You good?" Good stuff. Not long till Christmas. God. Not long till Christmas, God. Got to tell them, yeah. Anyway, Cave Story is free, so let us get it. We do this every week. We add it to our library. Never tick the box. I don't want to get any emails from Nicholas, but I do want Nicholas's game, so I hit place the order. I totally agree. But I don't install it. No, I don't install it because if it ain't in the cloud, it will be one day. That's how I look at it. This game has great boss battles, apparently. Look at that. It's got its own badge. Great boss battles. There you go. Anyway, that's the free game for today at Epic. But fear not if you don't fancy Cave Story. Is it Cave Story Plus, or is it just the way they've added... Oh, yeah. Plus. Trying to go back in time. Yes. Next week. Suddenly got hiccups. Spelldrifter. Oh yes. I know nothing about it, but it does look pretty. Oh, look at this. It's a cheap poor man's Baldur's Brass. It looks exactly the same. Look at it, look. Characters down the left-hand side. The stuff, actually, I think it's card-based. But apart from that, it looks like a Baldur's Brass to me. Spelldrifter combines the puzzle-like positional tactics of a turn-based RPG, I wonder which one they were thinking of, with the customizability and replayability of a collectible card game. Worth a shot? Definitely. The result, a hybrid, wherein players must juggle the resources at their disposal. I like the sound of that, actually. I don't mind if I do. Right, anyway, you can get that one for free next week. Be interesting now that I've played Baldur's for a bit. Be interesting to see how that does. Kind of, does it bite? Does it get me all excited or not? So there you go. There's Epic. Right, yes, our good friends over at Doobie-Doobie-Doobie-Doo Cloud Dosage. They've got some interesting information. They do. We've done the GFN stuff, but a bit of bad news from the Luna. From the Luna. Just when we thought, wow, Luna, got yourself a Ubisoft. Turns out, let's have another proper look here. Here we go. Turns out they're about to lose another 38 games. Now, they're losing chunks of games, aren't they? They're losing like 30, 40 games, and then they're adding like 7. The maths do not work. They do make a really interesting point, though, which I'll read right at the very end of the article. What does it mean, says Cloud Dosage. Who's written this? It's probably Jack, actually. Does it say at the end? Yeah, there he is. Young Jack wrote it, bless him. By the way, ladies and gents, Jack is like, he's been a top member forever, right? He's a lovely fella as well. Please check out, he does a show with his little son Arthur. I think it's Friday or might be Sunday. But it's so sweet. I mean, it is lovely to watch. And, they just do the family stuff. But whenever I pop in, there's like nobody watching. I mean, I'm like the first person there. And I find that so sad. Not so much for Jack, he's a big old fella, but for his little son, Arthur. So check out the channel, check Jack's channel out. I mean, you're going to find his info probably on here or on Twitter or what have you. And just check his channel out. Make a little note to pop in and say hello when he's streaming with Arthur. Just for Arthur's sake. I think he would be so pleased, the little fella. He's tiny. He's about the same age as Hezekiah. But you see how many people come into Hezekiah and they love it. Kids love all that, don't they? They feel like stars. But poor little Arthur, me typically, popping in and saying hello. So yeah, pop in and just do that as a favour for me, guys. Just pop in for 10 minutes and they will love it. And just say Rock Raid. But one that we organised about 4 days ago. You'll love it. Anyway, this is what Jack said, and I think it's a really interesting and well-made point. What does it mean, says Jack? He says, this unfortunately is the continuation of a trend of games being lost from the Luna Plus collection, as well as titles that were once in the now shuttered family and retro channels. They got rid of them. It will bring the total loss for Luna close to 200 games in just about a year. We think this doesn't bode well for Luna Plus. At $10 a month, it unfortunately doesn't stack up. Well, not when you can get Boosteroid for that. As Jack says, compared to the likes of Blacknut and Utomic, yet alone the heavy hitters like Xbox Game Pass, PlayStation, and of course GeForce Now. But he's talking about the ones that give you games as part of the deal. However, this doesn't necessarily mean the end of Amazon Luna, says Jack. Luna has begun to gain traction as a free add-on perk for Amazon Prime subscribers. Now, you get like a half a dozen games if you're a Prime subscriber that you don't need to pay for the thing. You don't have to do the $10 a month. And as Amazon are busy upping their price, I'd say fill your boots, because it can be good games as well. Prime members can stream Fortnite in the cloud, so you don't have to install it and you don't have to have a service anywhere else. Games they own from the Ubisoft store, and 4 other rotating games a month without having to subscribe. So, you know, there's some stuff going on in there. In addition, Luna still operates a Ubisoft Plus. He's actually right, by the way, by putting an "and" there. If you say it as Ubisoft. Remember we talked about the old "and" and the A-E-I-O-U? Do you remember, guys? I try to educate you. And he would be correct. It is an Ubisoft Plus channel where they play a role similar to a white label service provider that's set to get Activision Blizzard games in the near future as well. Assuming the Microsoft acquisition goes ahead, which it almost certainly will. We think, says Jack, it is likely that Amazon sees these offerings as more compelling going forward than managing its own subscription in Luna Plus. So they're saying, you know what, we're going to be bringing a cloud service that's, you know, on a par or cheaper in price than, say, GeForce Now, or indeed, forget that. Built into your Amazon Prime account. That's what I should have said. I'll delete that bit in post. Right. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can play all the Ubisoft Plus games, Activision Blizzard games. You can play the games, Fortnite, maybe some more epic stuff in the future. And you can play 4 games that they throw in the pot just because you have an Amazon Prime account. You're not paying extra. Well, if you're a Ubisoft Plus subscriber, ladies and gentlemen, and I have to tell you, because I did subscribe to Luna for a bit, it is actually really good quality and great software. Force. I love it. Bird Force. Beaver Force. I can see that now. I don't know what is he, him and his beaver. He's the only boy I know that's got a beaver. But I do lead a sheltered life. So that is Luna news. We've also got some Utomic news very quickly. Because you may just have caught a glimpse of PS Plus news. I'm actually quite excited and at the same time depressed. We'll come on to that in a second. So Utomic, you know, not to be ignored, Utomic. Bus Simulator 18, I should say. Hello, Crystal. Lovely to see you. I hope you're well. Hey, what is it now? 2 days to Ohio Gate? Is it? In fact, you want to get yourself Bus Simulator 18 on Utomic and you could practice the bus ride home. Oh, yes. On the other hand, says Cloud Dosage, the inner world, the last wind monk. Talking of wind, did you know that Rudy Giuliani gave somebody COVID back in the day after farting on them? This is a story that I've only recently become accustomed to, and it turns out apparently you could pass on COVID from bottom ejaculation, the other side. And apparently Rudy did. What a boy. The inner world, the last wind. We'll clip that bit out, don't worry. Endling, indeed. Endling is coming soon, in addition to those three as well. That's a good-looking little game. It's got baby foxes and things in it. New PC games, Transocean, the shipping company, take off the flight sim. Again, very situational as to whether you get your Utomic or whether you go for your GeForce or you go for your Luna at the moment. Luna, I don't know. Boosteroid, of course, similar price. Boosteroid, though, works more like GeForce, so you've got to own the games. But they do have the agreement with Microsoft, same as NVIDIA. So, and they also have right now, I believe, Starfield. Now, I don't know how long they're going to have it for, because I can't for the life of me think, if it isn't on GeForce, I can't think why it would be on Boosteroid, other than them kind of, hey guys, just get it on quick, and then we'll get the slap wrists. You know what's that thing they say? It's easier to do and ask for forgiveness than it is to not do and ask for permission. I think that's Boosteroid's model, basically. But nonetheless, if you have a Boosteroid account, why not give it a go in the morning, tomorrow? Have a little play of Starfield, aka Garfield. And what else, Rokk? Because time's ticking, mate. So, oh yes, here we go. First, PS. I am so hyped about this. Saints Row, the recent Saints Row, is coming to PlayStation Plus. Downloadable, though. You can't cloud it, sadly. Not yet, anyway. And I'm excited about that, because I never got to play it. I was in too much. I did give it away. I gave it away. It was my first, I think it was my first giveaway. But I never bought it for myself. It's better to ask forgiveness than ask for permission. That's what I just said. That's why I don't know that it's better. It's easier. I noticed Boosteroid has Doom 64 before GFN as well, says Al. Because they can, right? Because they don't port the games. They just give you a window onto Steam. So it may be. I just bubbled out my nose then, Ryan. It may well be that it is coming to GeForce now, but they've got to port it. You've got to bear in mind, NVIDIA adds stuff like touch controls and stuff that makes it work in their app and things like that the Boosteroid guys don't need to. So it's highly possible that if a game comes out on Boosteroid that is an Xbox game, it could be coming out shortly on GeForce now. I hope so. I mean, in the meantime, I'm just going to play it locally. We'll see where it goes. Obi's in the house. Hello, my friend. Better late than never. No, always a pleasure, my friend. Never a chore. Good to see you, dude. What is up, Rokk and Chat? Good question. Lots is the very simple answer to a rhetorical question of a cultural nature that was never meant to be answered. No, I understand you Americans. Down with the American kids. I know what it's all about. Saints Row, looking forward to that. I'm not sure. Oh, September. Be about September 7, probably. Somewhere around there. But here's the bad news. There is some. Are you listening, Ant? Is Obi a PlayStation? Are you listening, Obi? They're putting the flipping price up for PlayStation Plus Premium. It's going up $40. $40. It's going to go up to $160 a year. Now, I paid for it the other day, so I'm good until, well, summer next year. $40? For that, I'd want a PS Portal thrown in. It's like a third of the price of a PS Portal. I know, you see. See, Ants like the eyeballs are out. I know, mate. $40 extra. My maths ain't brilliant, but mine going to go, that's about $3 a month, right? You have no clue. I went off earlier about this. Did you, dude? Yeah, see. Obi feels the same way as me. I mean, come on, that is profiteering. I mean, they make enough already. And if they're not, then pull back on the games. Because Sony, you give so much away every month, most people don't even notice half of it because you don't promote it very well. I mean, you can't miss what's coming out on Game Pass. Xbox virtually come round to your house, force open the front door, run into the lounge, grab you by your hoodie, shake you about, and read what games are coming. Sony, they just go up to the hills of Scotland. Wintry winds are blowing. With their little boots and their little hoodie, they climb up Ben Nevis. Miles from anybody. At the very top of Ben Nevis, there's a little rock. Not Arkansas, though. And under that rock, they put the list of games coming out for the month. Gently place the rock back. And then they go back down the mountainside, miles away. And then when they're in the car, which is bulletproof glass, they go, games are out, guys, up on the hill if you want to go and find them out. Bye. Nobody heard. Nobody knew. Rokk, listen, they sold 40 million units at 400 bar minimum. 400 bar. Isn't that the Thai currency? This doesn't include, or is it Japanese? It doesn't include bundles. That is 16 Carillion. 16 Carillion? It was a good band. I know, they make a load of money. Look, I'm all for people making cash. And if they turn around, as they might do, and say, yeah, we're actually bringing out a whole new service. It's amazing. It's cloud. It's no one's ever done it before. But $40, guys. How does that compare to Ultimate? They're going to be like the French Revolution. Mate, I wish you lot would put that much energy into what's going on in your politics. Your democracy's being destroyed in front of your eyes. In front of your eyes. Have you seen the latest law in Georgia where they're actually going to be able to pull Fawny Willis? That's her name, isn't it? Fawny. You're not pronounce it Fanny, do you? They're actually going to give her the sack under this new Republican law. I would be out on the streets, man. You need another civil war. I'll come over. I'm not too young. I'm not too old yet. I'll bring Trigger with me, and he can be my bodyguard. I will just hold the gun and sort of warn, and then if anybody retaliates, Trigger will actually, he's mate. I'm actually surprised Trigger's not into kind of shooting games, but we had this conversation and he said, yeah, well, I've played a bit of Call of Duty and stuff, but it's nothing like the real thing. It's fair, innit? Oh, look at this. Rokk, this is why I tune in, because you keep me cracking up. I love you, brother. Keep it up. Your personality is epic. Oh, bless you, dude. $5. I'm not gonna lie, that's tomorrow's dinner. Cheers, brother. Oh, mate, reps and devs in bed together. Devs? What? Software engineers? What the hell are they up to? God blimey. Oh, see? This is what happens. They finish Baldur's Gate 3, then they go and join the Republicans. Wow. Anyway, listen, it's gone up $40. I don't know why. If they do something special to make up for it, then cool. But how much is Game Pass? Look at that lovely winter scene. Hey, look at that. Game Pass Ultimate Annual, because there's probably a discount for it annual, isn't there? Got the breaking news music, guys. Rokk Show, and I said I hope to meet you one day. I can't believe you came to the US. Yeah, but we were, mate, I was down in the Keys and you were up in New Jersey. I mean, I don't mind a bit of a walk. But that would have required 4 new pairs of shoes en route. I couldn't even have got on a stagecoach and been with you inside of 2 months. Here we are. What's it say? No, it's somebody's forum. I'm not interested. Oh, I know what we'll do. Hang on, let's go back. Let's ask Bing. Bing's great. I love Bing. Why do they call it Bing, by the way? I'm sure I've said this before. It's an offshoot of ChatGPT. They've already got a browser called Bing. Why couldn't they have called it Bing AI or Summit Egypts? Hey Bing, I'll be nice, watch this. Hey Bing, what's up? Look at me down with the kids. Oh, and you're covering it up. What's up? And he will respond. You watch. How much is a Game Pass Ultimate subscription these days? Got to make it more. You've got to make it more kind of human when you're talking to AI. Right. So I'm asked Bing. I said, "Hey Bing, what's up?" Let's see what Bing says. Let me zoom in here. Hey, this is Bing. I'm good. Thanks for asking. There you go. See, I told you. I'm telling you, mate. You wait till you can have your little AI in your pocket. We won't need friends. We'll all have little virtual friends. Well, I've kind of already got virtual friends, if I'm being honest. $17. What, a month? You're right. There you go. Look at that. Crystal was ahead of Bing. Thank you. Thank you, Crystal. But I then pull over here to my next tool, because I can't be bothered to work out 17 times 12. 204. Well, guys, listen. We've got to eat humble pie here. Mate, Obi, we've got to eat humble pie, dude. It's $204 for Game Pass Ultimate. 204. All right. It's $160 for PlayStation Plus Premium. No wonder they've put it up. I'm sorry, Sony. I'm sorry, mate, because quite honestly, you do give superb value. You do. Look at that. Look what you're giving me. You're giving me Saints Row. You're giving me love. And I just threw it back in your face. I feel such a ham. 204. Obi, look, mate. 204. Do it again. $16.99 times 12 of your calendar months. 203.88. Now, there's probably an annual discount, a fair point, but I bet you that's still cheaper with your PlayStation. There you go, see? There you go, dude. Now we don't feel so bad, do we? I said it cost more before you asked Bing. See? Shakes his head. I know that one, SMH. I'm so done with the kids. I told you I got the answer. He has got the answers, it's fair. But look, I'm running a studio here, Ant. I don't, And if I say, "Hey Siri," it never answers me. I mean, it did. It did, but it never comes up with the answer. Watch this. "Hey Siri, how much?" And then it talks. Like, I'm in the middle of my sentence and it goes, "Uh-huh." I was talking, mate. You talked over me. Who came up with... See, this is the problem. Devs working with Republicans, like Obi said. This is what you get. "Hey Siri." Uh-huh. "How much is Game Pass Ultimate for a year?" Rubbish. It gives me a wall of text. Now, if I was talking to my old Android, it would say, "Hey, I can tell you that is $204, but if you pay in advance, you get it $50 off." Siri. Pants. Actually, they're bringing an update out soon for the aforementioned. You won't need to say "hey" anymore, which makes sense. Why do we do that? Oh, I'm sorry, Rockmuth. There's loads of adverts on the radio and TV, though, that go, Alexa, order me 400 donuts on my father's account. There you go. That's going to confuse a few folk. I love a donut. Send me a couple over. There we are. Black Desert Traveller Edition. Like when you get Travel Scrabble, you get like a small version, don't you? So you probably get small characters with this one, I reckon. Generation Zero. I mean, look at these games. And this is just the first level of free. Saints Row, Black Desert, Generation Zero. I mean, I'm impressed. Systemic Reaction came out 26th of March, several years ago, actually. I wish I hadn't looked now. Do you guys have Dunkin'? Do you mean Dunkin'? Dunkin' Donuts. I used to go to school with him. Dunkin' Donuts. We don't, mate. I'm just getting back to your serious question. We don't have Dunkin' Donuts. I have had them. They do good coffee. I agree. But not in the... Well, I say that, but we don't have Taco Bell either, but you can get some of the franchise. And we probably can get Dunkin' Donuts in certain places. If you went to London or Birmingham, where is it your dad comes from Birmingham? Yeah, those larger places you can get that kind of stuff. But in the main, no, we don't have Dunkin', we don't have Wendy's, we don't have Walmart. Although Walmart does own a well-known UK supermarket, the name of which escapes me. So yeah, but we know the brands. I know the brands, but we just don't have them over here. But I love Taco Bell. Having said that, Taco Bell I had in the UK, I loved. The twice I've had Taco Bell in the US, it was horrid. I don't know what's going on, man. That's your PS Plus news. What else we got? GeForce Now looks set to depart Russia. This is what Dorrigan was talking about yesterday. It looks very likely GeForce Now will no longer be available in Russia after October the 1st. GeForce Now is operating. I was going to say, and I meant to say this yesterday to Dorrigan, it's probably nothing to do with NVIDIA, actually, because they don't operate in any other countries themselves. They franchise it out. So in this case, servers are based, it says here, Belarus, Moldova, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. So it's probably nothing to do with them. But, and I know, Dorrigan, which I thought was it was a lovely sentiment he was saying yesterday, that he feels sorry because, not all Russian people are to blame for the Ukraine. And that's true. But, and I said, you can't segregate. Unfortunately, you have to punish a country. Yes, that means a lot of people in that country that don't agree or are ignorant to the fact are going to be punished. But that's how you get change, because if enough people in the country are going, hang on a minute, why am I getting punished? I didn't tell you to. And in a rational country, there may be change. In an authoritarian country, and I'm not kidding, Americans, watch out, it is on your doorstep. It almost happened here. It pretty much did happen here, but we've got a big election coming up, and short of a lot of money and a lot of lies, we may get away with kicking them out. But there's so much evil going on in the States. I'm not kidding, I watch probably 6 or 7 hours of American political YouTube channels, and I'm not radicalized. I watch the good stuff. I don't watch any odd weirdos. I just want the facts, man. I use Ground. Actually, I got this new app on my phone. I don't know if I told you guys about this. It's called Ground News, which is actually really good. You won't be able to see it very well. Ground News. If you're interested, let me know. I can. I think it's like an affiliate link thing, because you do pay, but it's not much. I mean, you get it free for a month, and then I think it's like $4 a month or something. But what I love about it is that it brings all the news, right? All the news that's going on in the world, including locally. I can see stuff in my local town on here. And then what they do is they have sources. So they have all the newspapers, all the websites that are carrying that news, and they give you links to all of them. And then what they show at the bottom, you're not going to be able to see it very well. There's a bar, and you can see one bit's red, then there's a bit in the middle that's white, and then over on the other side it's blue. So what they basically say is, this article is leaning more towards the right than the left. So if you prefer your news to have a more right-leaning tint, you can read that. But if you prefer it to be more centrist or more left, then you might want to choose a different source. They also do a lot of fact-checking as well in this app. So it's really, really great for, if you care about integrity with your news. That's what I do. I watch a lot of it. I know what's going on. Taco Bell is my guilty pleasure. I do love it. I love Mexican, but my tummy. I was up at 2 this morning, guys, with Spice Attack. The Spice Girls, they were attacking me. Yeah, that's where he's from. He just came back to the US a few weeks ago. He went there to be with his mom. Oh, bless. Your gran, presumably. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. He's from... Does he have an English or Brummie accent? I mean, or is he very much... Has he kind of got much more of an American accent these days? Because it's very, very specific to their part of the world, Anyway, that's that. That's this. New games opt-in, Boostroid. I got told off on in the chat for one of these shows recently that I don't cover Boostroid nearly enough, and I thought, it's a fair shout. But there are new games coming. And of course, half the reason I don't cover them, to be fair, is they don't really do like a regular news drop. And they don't add anything new to the service. They just kind of like, if it's on Steam, you can play it. But they've added some games. Darkest Dungeon 2, Atlas Fallen. Oh, that looks so good. Dave the Diver. Now, that's a little game that I do want to play. I must go and have a look and see how much it is, actually. Detroit Become Human. What a game. I don't even want to call it a game. It's not a game, is it? It's an experience. It's literally like a living movie experience. Amazing. Tesco Obi is not the one that Walmart owns. Was it not Waitrose? That's owned by John Lewis. I think it's Summerfield, or it's a name that doesn't exist anymore. I think they changed. Rock Show, his accent's very cool. He was born in Jamaica, Lickle, and they moved to does he axe you everything? Jamaicans, they say, I'm Asda, thank you, Trig. They say, Asda. That's a bit like Tesco, actually, Obi. Very similar kind of ethos and pricing and stuff. In Jamaicans, they say lickle for little, and they say axe for ask, which actually I looked into that, and it actually comes from Africa. And it was because the sound of sk in most of Africa doesn't exist. It's not a thing that is part of the language. So it was easier for Africans talking English, mainly slaves, sadly, to say axe rather than ask, which I thought was a fascinating fact. And that's why it's persisted. And now it's very much part of what's called MLA, I think, which is Multicultural London English, I think. I get the last bit wrong, so I'm probably wrong on that. And that's very much a kind of mix of old school Cockney meets Jamaican meets, I think, Somalian. I know it's an African thing. And very popular now. Yeah, Rock, he is KY, stepdad, gotcha. But my mom is from Jamaica, gotcha. My dad never left Jamaica, gotcha twice. Yeah, I've got a relative from Jamaica, funny enough, true story. Trevor, lovely guy. Most of his family, funny enough, live in the States. I think he's got... Anyway, he's married to one of Mrs. Rock's aunties. Trevor, I love Trevor. He's such a fun guy. He's so funny, he really is. Anyway, Detroit Become Human, brilliant game. If you haven't played it, guys, check it out. Dwarves, Glory, Death and Loot. Ship Graveyard Simulator. How do you simulate a graveyard? Or even one with ships in? Multi-Watgy, it says. What? How does that work? I've got to watch this. Let's turn the noise off. Okay, so I'm breaking ships up. Hello? This could be a new guilty pleasure. Wow. So you're not making, or you're going in with look at this. You're going in with your saw and your sledgehammer and your cranes, and you're just ripping the crap out of old ships. Oh, graveyards. This is new one to me. Anybody played this? This looks like fun. I'm loving the look of this. Smashing and grabbing. Look, he's even using dynamite and what's that stuff? That Semtex stuff. Wow. This could be fun, ladies and gentlemen. Smurf's cart. Rock Show, thank you for taking the time to talk about my off-topic stuff. No worries, dude. I appreciate that. Sorry, no. This show is nowhere without the engagement of you guys. I'll be sat here looking all right plumb, just talking to myself. What do you mean that's what you do? Fair shout. So anyway, it's another Mario alike, isn't it? Garfield cart and Smurf cart and stuff. I mean, I'm sure it's fun, but I reckon there's like a template that you can buy. And you just put your little characters in, and it pretty much does the same thing. There you go. Shadow Gambit. Ooh, that's piratey. decent. There's some good games here, actually. Early access. Baz Blue Entropy Effect. Early access. Bomb Rush. Cyberpunk. The Texas... Well, we know about the old Texas Chainsaw Massacre, don't we? Hollow Cure. There's loads. So these have all arrived on Boostroid. Of course, you do have to own them. It's not like your Xbox Game Pass, but I am keen on Dave. I've got to say, it gets a huge marks all over the place. So that's good. We've done it. We've actually done it, guys. I don't know about you, but this feels like Christmas Eve to me, with Starfield coming out in the morning. It does a bit, doesn't it? I mean, I know some folk are giving it a slap, but I think in a way it's a bit like when you know you're going to a fun fair the next day, right? You know, to a theme park, and you know it's going to be okay. It's not going to be brilliant, but it's just going to be fun anyway. And you go in somewhere, you're doing something new. You know what I mean? That's what it is to me, stuff. I couldn't give two stuffs if I fire it up and I go, well, they don't look very realistic faces. So what? I mean, you know, they don't look very realistic in a lot of games I played. But I loved Redfall. Is there a stress simulator? Yeah, actually, I think there is. I genuinely think I've seen that. And I can't remember if it was on Apple Arcade. But you did. You had the stress balls, and that was a bit... Don't clip that, Beaver, mate. Don't do that. Don't do it. But yeah, no, I think I've seen that. Genuinely. I think there's a game that you're supposed to go off and play when you're feeling stressed, and you can do stuff like that. True. Oh dear. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. We had a fantastic crew today, and a right old royal run through of all the games coming out in the very near future, if not already out there. Don't forget to get yourselves over to Epic and grab that free game. The one with the miners, you can go dig out and stuff. All fun, isn't it? Rock Show breaking news: PlayStation Port release date November 15th. Have they anything else changed, like the price or anything? I still think, I know at the moment they've not mentioned the cloud aspect that we were hoping for, right? But my gut feel is that's because they've not announced yet their... Do you remember when, I forget the name of the guy, little Scottish guy, isn't it, who runs PlayStation or Sony in the UK? And he was saying they've been working on the whole cloud thing, and they're going to be doing something amazing, and they're really excited, and it's going to be fantastic. And nothing more was really being said. Then they announced the queue, the portal, and everybody, including me, were disappointed because it didn't... I mean, I say it doesn't have cloud. That's not strictly true. I mean... It works across the web, doesn't it? What have you just done? What have you just done, Reaver? The Beaver. What is it that you did? The price didn't change, but I think once the PS5 can do cloud streaming, PS5 games, the portal will have cloud gaming. But I'm right in saying, am I not, that as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection, which could equally be a tethered connection on your phone. Raymond, my lovely friend. Oh, you clipped the stress balls. Thanks, pal. Ray, have we heard any more about William? I know that he had the op and it was successful, at least as far as the surgeons were concerned. Has anybody heard from SPG? Is he kind of compos mentis, cognus, whatever the phrase is? I'm sure he's in a lot of pain and discomfort, bless him. Having said that, he's probably not, because he's probably drugged up to his eyeballs. He's on another planet right now. But I know it's not nice, is it? Bless him. I was just so relieved to hear that the operation went as expected. That's great news. I genuinely think, I know he was really super worried about it, but I kind of felt that it was be okay, and I still do. Bless him. Grey hair and wrinkle simulator. I've got that one. I'm living it, mate. Don't buy it. It's way overpriced. Don't buy that one. I was answering that. Let me go back a second. Yes. So my gut feel is that, and I might just be being wishful thinking, but if they announce, see, here we go. So they're saying November 15th, right? And the portal's coming out shortly thereafter because they want it out for the Christmas market. So my guess is that means they must be announcing, no, what am I talking about? November 15th is the day it's coming out. That's the whole point, you Egypt. Yes, so, which means to me that if they are going, if it turns out that it does and can work in with cloud games, that to me suggests they've got to make that announcement by the 15th of November. Haven't they? Yeah, and I assumed he would be. I mean, it's a huge operation, Ray. I mean, in the UK, they'd have kicked him out by now. But given the way it works over there, I'm sure, yeah, I bet he is, bless him. I'm sure he'll be there for a little while. Christian, hello. How are you? I'm just wrapping up, as it goes. But through the wonders of technology, you can wind it back. And it was a fun one today, guys, wasn't it? 5 to 10 pain threshold. Ooh, nasty. Yeah, up in the upper half of the pain. I've got a very low tolerance to pain, to be honest. Very. That's why I can't watch my shows back. Fun fact. Anyway, listen, guys, tomorrow's Friday. It's members only Friday. So all you lovely members, I'm going to be throwing some wonderful games in the pot. One of you is going to win a fantastic game. Hanging in there, going through. Oh, are you? Bless you. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, I hope there's light at the tunnel and you're closer to the end of the tunnel than the beginning. You know, what else can you say? But I hear you, and I'll be sending you my blessings and wishing you the very best. And hopefully, if you watch the show back, I'll make you chuckle. A little chuckle helps a lot. Gets the endorphins coming up, you know. Do you remember Flipper, the endorphin? He was always happy, which I rest my case. I think his wife posted he can have solid food now. Awesome. So he probably had a tube or something, and they've probably taken the tube out, and now he can have his. No, bless you, it's absolutely feel that, my friend. Thank you, and thank you for popping in. So tomorrow is members only. We'll be doing a members only giveaway. And then it's the weekend. But in the meantime, there'll be a few of us, I'm sure, looking a bit like this. I've been playing Starfield all day. But it'll be fun. You should change the title of your streams, Rock, if you're not doing a daily prize giveaway anymore. No, it's called Rock Around the Clock, isn't it? What can I change it to? Do you mean the thumbnails? Is that what you mean? Yeah, well, I just repeat them, you see. They're on like a repeat thing, but I will change them. And that was, as I said to you, Ryan, it was because nobody was doing them anymore. I was, hey, exclamation mark win, and like 3 people were entering. And the time it takes me to set the wheel up and everything, it's just worthless. So you guys still get games. We're still doing the games. News and prizes. Well, yeah, there are prizes. Not necessarily that day. And you had an opportunity to win yesterday. You could have come up with an amazing piece of good news, but you didn't. You see? And if somebody dropped an amazing piece of news, I would be tempted to reward them with a game. So there are potentially prize opportunities. But you've got to do the homework, guys. I can't do everything for you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for joining me. Lovely to see you, Trigger. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. And I hope you enjoyed the show. It's all daft, isn't it? Sadly, I can't make the rugby next week, by the way. I will be in Bournemouth picking up the Elder. Rock the Elder. So good news is when I'm home, I know. And you've only got, what, 2 days now? 2 days left? And then you can get the heck out. Awesome show. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it, mate. I've had a good laugh. That's what I aim to do. We always aim for a bit of a chuckle. I will see you guys tomorrow if you are a member. If you're not, I'm sorry, but I will see you. I'm going to have to do Monday and Tuesday because I was kind of skipping Mondays and Tuesdays. But because I'm going to be away Wednesday to Saturday. Oh, you didn't tell me your dream. You woke up and looked in the mirror and I was as handsome as no more, mate. Much more. And you have youth on your side. Albeit only what? 12 years, something like that. But it's young, it's youth. It's good. It's a good thing to have, youth. Can't wait. Oh, but you can't wait either. Reva can't wait either. Oh, I know. Well, you haven't got long to wait. I guess it's the weekend, is it, that you're hitting the bus or the train or driving or whatever? Flying. I don't know how far away from where you are it is. But, yeah, so I'll do Monday and Tuesday. Another reason I've struggled to do Mondays and Tuesdays is I've got to collect my daughter from work. I've got family duties all of a sudden. It was all right when they were up at university. Now they're finishing and stuff. And Sunday, there you go. Awesome stuff, my friend. Well, you haven't got long to wait, and the time, it will tick. Rokk, you're not 12 years older than me. I'm 47. All right, I'm 9 years older than you then. 9. I will be 57 in January, which I got told off actually by Mrs. Rokk, because every time someone asked me how old I was saying I was 57. She said, "You're 56." I said, "Yeah, I feel 57." I mean, you get to this age, it's kind of irrelevant anymore. Right, get out of here, Rokk. You're just yabbering on. I am. It's true. He's right. I am just doing that. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have fun with Starfield. Don't forget, if you haven't bought it and you've got Game Pass, you have got it because you can play it on there for free. And if you have GeForce, you can play it there as well. So it's going to be fun. I never shop for the games. I shop for the fun and the laughs. Oh, bless you, my friend. That's what I know. If I can make you laugh, if I can release those endorphins, then my job is done. I have left my mark, a positive one. And what more can you ask for? Thank you. And thank you for that $5 as well, my friend. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Rokk out.